Hello everyone! Today we will have a new lesson about storage devices for digital data. Computer data storage is a technology consisting of computer components and recording media that are used to retain digital data. It is a core function and fundamental component of computers. Alternatively referred to as digital storage, storage media, or storage medium. A storage device is any hardware capable of holding information either temporarily or permanently. Digital data storage is essentially the recording of digital information in a storage medium, usually by electronic means. The storage device typically enables a user to store large amounts of data in a relatively small physical space and makes sharing that information with others easy. The device may be capable of holding the data either temporarily or permanently. Digital data storage devices have many uses. For example, computers usually rely upon information storage to function. Storage media can also be used to back up important information. Storing digital data can involve durability and reliability issues, so making independent copies of the information is normally a sensible precaution. Some storage devices are also portable, meaning that can be used to transfer information from one computer to another. Let's talk about types of storage devices. Storage devices are one of the core components of any computing device. They store virtually all of the data and applications on a computer, except for hardware firmware, which is generally managed through separate read-only memory or ROM. Storage devices are available in different forms, depending on the type of underlying device. For example, a standard computer has multiple storage devices, including RAM, a cache, and a hard disk. The same device may also have optical disk drives and externally connected USB drives. There are two different types of storage devices: the primary storage devices and secondary storage devices. Generally smaller in size, primary storage devices are designed to hold data temporarily and are internal to the computer. They have the fastest data access speed. These types of devices include RAM and cache memory. Next, the secondary storage devices. Secondary storage devices usually have larger storage capacity and they store data permanently. They can be either internal or external to the computer. These types of devices include the hard disk, the optical disk drive, and USB storage device. How about the categories of storage devices? A storage device is any type of computing hardware that is used for storing, porting, or extracting data files and objects. Storage devices can hold and store information both temporarily and permanently. They may be internal or external to a computer, server, or computing device. A storage device may also be known as a storage medium or storage media, depending on whether it is seen as discrete in nature. Digital data storage media generally fall into one of five categories: magnetic storage devices, optical storage, device, flash memory devices, online or cloud storage, and paper storage. I will give one or more examples of each category on the next slide. What is magnetic storage device? Or what are the magnetic storage devices? Today, magnetic storage is one of the most common types of storage used with computers. This technology is found mostly on extremely large HDDs or hybrid hard drives. Examples of magnetic storage devices are floppy diskette, hard drive, magnetic strip, SuperDisk, tape cassette, and zip diskette. Floppy disk, also known as a diskette, floppy, or FD. The floppy disk is another type of storage medium that uses magnetic storage technology to store information. Floppy disks were once a common storage device for computers and lasted from the mid-1970s through to the start of the 21st century. The earliest floppies were 8-inch or 203 millimeters in size, but these were replaced by 5 and 1/4 inches or 133 millimeters disk drives, and finally a 3 and 1/2 inch or 90 millimeters version. Next, the hard drive. A hard disk drive, or sometimes abbreviated as a hard drive, HD or HDD, is a non-volatile data storage device. It is usually installed internally in a computer, attached directly to the disk controller of the computer's motherboard. It contains one or more platters, housed inside of an air-sealed casing. Data is written to the platters using a magnetic head, which moves rapidly over them as they spin. The hard drive is where your software, documents, and other files are stored. The hard drive is long-term storage, which means the data is still saved even if you turn the computer off or unplug it. When you run a program or open a file, the computer copies some of the data from the hard drive onto the RAM. When you save a file, the data is copied back to the hard drive. The faster the hard drive, the faster your computer can start up and load programs. Magnetic card. A magnetic card is a card that contains either a magnetic strip or a magnetic object in the card, encoded with digital data. A magnetic card may contain information about an individual, such as available credit on a credit card or passcodes for entering secure buildings. It's usually the size of a business card. The picture is an example of a magnetic card being swiped through a magnetic card reader or magnetic strip reader. Next, SuperDisk. Alternatively referred to as an LS-120 and LS-240, the SuperDisk is a disk drive and diskette introduced by 3M, which later became Emission. The drive was most popular with OEM computers such as Compaq and Packard Bell computers. The original SuperDisk is capable of holding 120 MB on a single disk, the same size of a traditional 1.44 MB floppy diskette. Later, SuperDisks were capable of holding 240 MB. The SuperDisk drive was also backward compatible with 1.44 MB disk. Its available interfaces were IDE, ATAPI, Parallel Port, SCSI, and USB. The SuperDisk did not become very popular primarily because of the iOmega zip drive, which had already gained success before the SuperDisk was released. Today, Neither the SuperDisk or the zip drive are used because of technology like the CD-R disc and USB thumb drives. How about tape cassette? A tape is a magnetically thin-coated piece of plastic wrapped around wheels capable of storing data. Tape is less expensive than other storage mediums, but also much slower because it is sequential access and is often used for backing up large amounts of data. Today, tape has mostly been abandoned or faster and more reliable solutions like disk drives, hard drives, and flash drives that are all direct access and cloud storage. The image is an example of magnetic tape taken by Ken Pei and shared under the Creative Commons. Zip Diskette. A zip drive and zip disk is a hardware data storage device developed by Iomega that functions like a standard 1.4 inches floppy drive and diskette. What makes the Iomega zip drive unique is its capability to hold up to 100 MB of data or 250 MB of data on the later models. Iomega zip drives became very popular in late 1990s but quickly became less popular as users needed larger storage capabilities. The drive was eventually replaced by CD-R and CD-RW drives and discs as they became cheaper since they offered much more storage and compatibility. In the picture is an Iomega zip disk that is bigger than a floppy diskette and made of a much harder plastic. Much like a floppy diskette, the zip disk contains a magnetic circular disk that holds information. To read and write information on a zip diskette, it is placed into a zip drive that moves the metal cover, exposing the magnetic disk. Let's talk about the types of storage devices, which is the optical. Optical storage devices is another common type of storage which uses lasers and lights as its method of reading and writing data. Examples are Blu-ray Disc, CD-ROM Disc, CD-R and CD-RW Disc, DVD-R, DVD+RW Disc. The Blu-ray Disc BD or BD-ROM is an optical disc format developed by 13 consumer electronics and PC companies. These companies include Dell, Hitachi, Hewlett-Packard, LG, Mitsubishi, Panasonic, Sony, and TDK. Blu-ray was first introduced at the CES on January 4, 2006. It stores up to 25 gigs, single-layer discs, and are the same size as a standard CD. The picture shows a blue laser in a Blu-ray disc player. Blu-ray was first backed by Apple, Dell, Philips, Pioneer, Sony, Sun, TDK, and other companies mentioned above. On February 19, 2008, Blu-ray beat out HD DVD in the high-definition disc format wars. CD-ROM disc, short for compact disc read-only memory. A CD-ROM is an optical disc that contains audio or software data whose memory is read-only. A CD-ROM drive or optical drive is the device used to read them. CD-ROM drives have speeds ranging from 1 to 72 times, meaning it reads a CD roughly 72 times after the one-time version. As you would imagine, these drives are capable of playing audio CDs and reading data CDs, including CD-R and CD-RW discs. CD-R and CD-RW disc. Alternatively referred to as a CD writer, CD write once, or write once read many. CD-R is short for compact disc recordable. It's a writable disk and drive capable of having information written to the disk once and read many times. Data cannot be deleted from a CD-R disk, and a CD-R disk cannot be formatted. If the data is not written to the disk properly, it cannot be corrected and is often jokingly referred to as a coaster. The first recordable specification, CD-W or Write Once, was published in 1989 by Phillips and Sonny in the Orange Book. However, the drives were not properly realized until Hewlett-Packard released the 42i HP in September 1995, the first sub-$1,000 recordable disk drive. CD-Rs are a low-cost solution for backing up software and only cost a few cents, as of 2018, around 19 cents a disk, and can hold up to 700 MB. Although these are still a very popular solution for backing up data, more users are turning to DVD-R, USB thumb drives, and the cloud to back up and transfer data. How about the DVD-R, DVD+RW disc? Alternatively referred to as DVD writer, recordable DVD drives are disk drives capable of creating DVD discs. Unfortunately, unlike recordable CD drives, many competing standards exist for creating DVD discs. For example, DVD-R, DVD+RW, DVD-RDL or DVD+R9, and DVD-ROM are all distinct DVD standards. Next slide is a brief description of each of these standards and related links to each of these standards. Optical storage devices in terms of DVD+R. Short for Digital Versatile Disc Recordable, DVD+R is a drive capable of recording once to a disk and reading many times after it is created. DVD+R is an approved standard by DVD Forum, and the drives are capable of recording to DVD+R disc, also known as DVD-5 and DVD-10 disc. The DVD+RW, short for Digital Versatile Disc Read or Write, DVD+RW is an approved standard by DVD Forum. Similar to CD-RW, it's a technology that enables a user to read and write to a DVD-RW or DVD+R disc multiple times. DVD+RW drives are capable of recording to DVD-R and DVD+RW disc and are also known as DVD-5 and DVD-10 disc. How about the DVD+R? Short for Digital Versatile Disc Recordable, DVD+R is DVD plus Rewritable Alliance Standard of Disc. DVD+R is a technology that enables a user to read and write to a DVD+RW or DVD+R disc several times. DVD+RW drives are capable of recording DVD+R disc, also known as DVD-5 or DVD-10 disc. DVD+RW, short for Digital Versatile Disc Read or Write, DVD+R is a DVD+RW Alliance standard, much like CD-RW and DVD-R. With DVD plus RW, you can read and write to a DVD plus RW or DVD plus R disc several times. DVD plus RW drives are capable of recording DVD plus R and DVD plus RW disc, also known as DVD-5 or DVD-10 disc. The DVD plus RDL or DVD plus R9, short for Digital Versatile Disc Recordable Dual Layer, DVD plus RDL is a DVD plus RW Alliance standard that almost doubles the capacity of a DVD compared with a DVD plus R or DVD plus RW disc. DVD-R, DL are also known as DVD-9 and DVD-18 discs. Next, the DVD-ROM, short for Digital Versatile Disk Random Access Memory. DVD-ROM drives are a DVD plus RW Alliance standard similar to CD-RW in that they enable users to read and write to a disk several times. The third type is the flash memory devices. Flash memory has replaced most magnetic and optical media as it becomes cheaper because it is the more efficient and reliable solution. Examples of flash memory devices are USB flash drive, jump drive or thumb drive, CF or CompactFlash, M.2, memory card, MMC, NVMe, SDHC Card, SmartMedia Card, Sony Memory Stick, SD card, SSD, and XD picture card. Let's talk about the flash drive, alternatively referred to as a USB flash drive, data stick, pen drive, memory unit, keychain drive, and thumb drive. A jump drive is a portable storage device. It is often the size of a human thumb and connects to a computer via USB port. Flash drives are an easy way to store and transfer information between computers and range in sizes from 2 gigs to 1 terabyte. Unlike a standard hard drive, the flash drive has no movable parts. It contains only an integrated circuit memory chip that is used to store data. Flash drives usually have plastic or aluminum casings surrounding the memory chip. The picture shows the SanDisk Cruiser Micro 16GB flash drive. Next is the CF or CompactFlash. Short for CompactFlash, CF is a 50-pin connection storage device. CompactFlash is a storage medium commonly found in PDAs, digital cameras, and other portable devices. The CF card had a pretty large range of sizes in terms of storage capacity, ranging from 2 MB to 128 GB. The picture shows a SanDisk 4.0 gigs compact flash card. The two types of CF cards along with their physical dimensions are Type 1, 43mm by 36mm by 3.3mm, and Type 2, 43mm by 36mm by 5mm. M.2 M.2 is a connection type specification for computer expansion cards introduced in 2014. The two major types of M.2 devices are the SATA M.2 and the significantly faster and more expensive PCIe M.2. M.2 is often used for storage devices such as SSD and high-performance non-volatile memory storage such as Intel Optane. Other devices that are not storage devices that support the M.2 standard include Bluetooth, NFC, satellite navigation, or Wi-Fi. Next is the memory card, alternatively referred to as a flash memory card. A memory card is a type of storage media that is often used to store photos, videos, or other data in electronic devices. Devices that commonly use a memory card include digital cameras, digital camcorders, handheld computers, MP3 players, PDAs, cell phones, game consoles, and printers. The picture is micro SD flash memory card, which is one of the types of memory cards available. There are a handful of different types of memory cards on the market, each varying in size, compatibility, and storage capacity. Examples are CF CompactFlash, microSD, MMC, SD card, SDHC card, SmartMedia card, Sony memory stick, XD picture card. Next, MMC may refer to any of the following. Short for multimedia card, MMC is a memory card available as flash memory and ROM used in car radios, cell phones, digital cameras, PDA, MP3 players, and printers. Today, there are various variations and sizes of the MMC card, such as the MMCP or MMC Plus and MMCM or MMC Mobile or MMC Micro. The picture shows an example of the Kingston MMCM 1 gig card. Another MMC may refer to is short for Microsoft Management Console or MMC is a program included with Windows 2000 and above that enables administrators a central location to manage and control Windows tasks. If you have administrative rights, you can access this version of Windows by clicking Start, Run, and typing MMC and pressing Enter. How about the NVMe? Non-Volatile Memory Express, also known as NVMe, is a device specification introduced by Intel in 2007. It standardizes the way that non-volatile memory devices such as SSD can connect to a computer's PCI Express. Traditionally, SSDs are connected to a computer using a disk drive interface such as SATA. However, SATA was designed for older data storage devices such as HDDs or hard disk drives, and its data transfer speed is limited. Beginning in about 2005, when SSD first became popular with consumers, the fastest SSD were reading data more quickly than SATA could transfer it. Manufacturers began producing SSD that could be installed in a PCIe slot, but their interfaces varied widely. The NVMe standard allows any of these devices to be attached to a computer without requiring separate and possibly conflicting operating system device drivers. Next, SDHC Card, short for Secure Digital High Capacity Card. The SDHC card is an improved version of the standard SD card with a storage capacity up to 32 gigs. Because SDHC works differently than a standard SD card, it is not backward compatible with legacy SD devices. The three versions of the SDHC card, along with their physical dimensions, are SDHC, which is 32 mm by 24 mm by 2.1 mm, Mini SDHC, which is 21.5 mm by 20 mm by 1.4 mm, and micro SDHC, which is 15 millimeters by 11 millimeters by 1.0 millimeters. How about the SmartMedia Card? The SM or SmartMedia Card is a type of flash memory card. It was one of the first memory cards to be produced and used in digital cameras and other electronic devices. The SmartMedia Card had a smaller capacity, ranging from 2 MB to 128 MB, and physical dimensions of 45 millimeters by 37 millimeters by 0.76 millimeters. The picture shows an example of an 8 MB SmartMedia Card. Next is the memory stick. The proprietary Sony memory stick was first introduced by Sony in October 1998 and is a flash memory card used with Sony digital cameras and other Sony products. Sony released several models of the memory stick, including the Memory Stick Pro, Memory Stick Duo, Memory Stick Pro Duo, Memory Stick Micro or M2, and Memory Stick Pro HD. The capacity of memory sticks range in size from 4 MB to 256 GB with a theoretical maximum capacity of 2 TB. Today, Sony digital cameras use SD and SDHC memory cards, and with no new cards being released since 2010, the Sony memory stick will most likely be discontinued. The picture shows some examples of the different types of Sony memory sticks. Memory stick dimensions are the Memory Stick Select, and Memory Stick Pro have physical dimensions of 50 mm by 21.5 mm by 2.8 mm. The Memory Stick Duo, Memory Stick Pro Duo, and Memory Stick Pro HD Duo have a physical dimension of 31 mm by 20 mm by 1.6 mm. The Memory Stick Micro M2 has physical dimensions of 15 mm by 12.5 mm by 1.2 mm. SD card. Short for Secure Digital Card, the SD card is one of the more common types of memory cards used with electronics. The SD technology is used by over 400 brands of electronic equipment and over 8,000 different models, including digital cameras and cell phones. It is considered the industry standard due to the wide use. The three versions of the SD card, along with their physical dimensions, are SD is 32 mm by 24 mm by 2.1 mm. Mini SD, which is 21.5 mm by 20 mm by 1.5 mm, and the Micro SD, which is 15 mm by 11 mm by 1.0 mm. Next is the SSD card. Short for Solid State Drive, an SSD is a storage medium that uses non-volatile memory to hold and access data. Unlike a hard drive, an SSD has no moving parts, which gives it advantages such as faster access time, noiseless operation, higher reliability, and lower power consumption. The picture shows an example of an SSD made by the Crucial. As the costs have come down, SSD have become suitable replacements for a standard hard drive in both desktop and laptop computers. SSD are also a great solution for netbooks, nettops, and other applications that don't require a lot of storage. Last example for the flash memory type devices is the XD picture card. The XD picture card, a flash memory card, was used in a limited selection of electronic devices, including digital cameras. Olympus and Fujifilm were the two brands of devices to utilize the XD picture card. It had a capacity of up to 512 MB for the original version, up to 2 GB for the Type H, and versions is physical dimensions of 20 mm by 25 mm by 1.78 mm. Another type of the storage devices is the online and cloud. Storing data online and cloud storage is becoming popular as people need to access their data from more than one device. Examples are cloud storage and network media. For the online and cloud type is the cloud computing. Cloud computing is a term used to describe services provided over a network by a collection of remote servers. This abstract cloud of computers provides massive, distributed storage and processing power that can be accessed by any internet-connected device running a web browser. Cloud computing is access to an application like Dropbox app on your computer, smartphone, or tablet, or a website that accesses the cloud through your browser. If you have spent any time on the internet or used devices connected to the internet, you likely have used cloud computing in some form. Here are some common examples of cloud computing you have likely heard of or used. Adobe Creative Cloud, Azure Amazon Web Services, and Amazon EC2, Dashlane, Google App Engine, Google Calendar, Google Docs, Microsoft OneDrive, Nextcloud, Online Backup, Oracle Public Cloud, OwnCloud, and Windows Azure. Next is the network media. Network media is any audio, video, images, or text used on a computer network like the internet. And the last type of the data storage device is the paper storage. Short for early computers had no method of using any of the technologies above for storing information and had to rely on paper. Today, these forms of storage are rarely used or found. Examples of the paper storage are OMR and punch card. Let's talk about first the OMR, short for optical mark reading or optical mark recognition. OMR is gathering information from human beings by recognizing marks on a document. OMR is accomplished by using a hardware device, such as a scanner, that detects a reflection or limited light transmittance on or through a piece of paper. OMR allows for the processing of hundreds or thousands of documents per hour. For example, students may recall taking tests or surveys where they filled in bubbles on paper with a pencil. Once the form had been completed, a teacher or teacher's assistant would feed the cards into a system that grades or gathers information from them. And next, for the paper storage, is the punch card. Punch cards, also known as Holy Writ cards for IBM cards, are paper cards where holes by me punched by hand or machine to represent computer data and instructions. They were a widely used means of inputting data into early computers. The cards were fed into a card reader connected to a computer, which converted the sequence of holes to digital information. For example, an early computer programmer would write a program by hand, then convert the program to a series of punch cards using a punch card machine. The programmer would then take the stack of cards to a computer and feed the cards into a card reader to input the program. Pictured is an example of a woman using a punch card machine to create a punch card. Let's proceed and talk about the common causes of digital data loss for the additional information on this topic. There are a number of ways that digital data can be lost. I've listed 6 of the most common ways. Generally speaking, the best way to protect data is to back it up in different places. And some common causes of digital data loss are deleting files by mistake, power failure, spillages, drops, or other physical accidents, viruses and other forms of malware, the storage device is stolen, and last, fires, floods, explosions, and other catastrophic events. So that's all the learnings about the data storage or the storage devices for digital data. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.